Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle 4. Let me just try and straighten the paper out here. Wednesday, the 11th of August, 2021. Wednesday is medium level day for the Guardian. We'll look at that in a minute. I've just noticed, there's a big long run of numbers in this column. I'll get to that in a moment. Before giving you the news that the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has said that humans are guilty of misleading, mismanaging, and telling all sorts of nonsense about climate change, and really not doing enough, and tell us something we don't know. I think was my reaction. This is all pretty obvious stuff, really. One of the ways that big companies get around this, though, is this thing about net zero emissions. They have targets and plans for 2030 or 2050 or whenever it is, for zero emissions, and so they figure that if you ever know anything about the PR industry, you'll be amazed at the kind of nonsense that they spout and ways that they spin truth to deflect. But so companies figure that if they say they have these targets, etc., well, that looks good for them. Yeah, everybody's happy. But whether or not they actually fulfill those targets, or they just entirely forget about them, that tends to get removed from the news. That doesn't appear in headlines or press releases, etc., etc. Okay. Anyway, we're all going to die, but hopefully not in the very near future. So let's see what's going to happen with our game of Sudoku. Have you ever played Sudoku before? If the answer is no, well, you're in for a treat. If this is your first time ever, it's a great game. So what do? We have squares going across in rows, and we have squares in columns, and we have squares within larger squares, these kind of blocks or boxes here. And all we need to do is fit numbers 1 to 9 in each row across, each column down, and each of these outlined boxes. Okay, now immediately I look at this. I mean, everybody looking at this must immediately see you've got all these numbers, an almost complete column, which is very unusual in Sudoku, except for kind of the very easy levels usually. Now that doesn't mean to say the whole puzzle will be easy. It might not be. Don't know yet. But anyway, let's finish this column, shall we? And we can do it because we look to see which numbers are missing, and immediately we start counting through, and the first thing we see is we don't have a number 1 in this column. Now 1 is here, and 1 cannot reappear in this block, so it can't be in this square here. So we know 1 goes up here, and we keep counting through 1, 2, 3, 4, and we get stuck at 5 because we can't find a 5 in this column, and so we put our 5 there to finish the column. And if you want to double check, 6, 7, 8, 9 finishes the column, right? So that's how we play the game. We are not normally given such a generous start, though. Let's see this 6. Now 6 cannot reappear in this row, so that square can't possibly be a 6. 6 blocks along here and says, no, sorry, you two are out. So 6 goes there. Now this 5 that we're putting down here helps us a bit because it blocks along this row here, right? 5 blocking along this row here, 5 blocking down here, and 5 blocking down here gives us just 1 square. Now we can place a 5. So we put our 5 there. This 8 blocks down this column, 8 blocking down this column. We have an 8 blocking across here and across here. So here's our 8. First numbers we're finding very quickly. As I said, though, it doesn't always work out like that. Sometimes you can have a quick start and then get stuck later on. So, don't imagine that this game is just going to be like this all the way through. It could be. It might be. I just don't know. I don't play these games before starting the video. 3 blocks up this column, and across this row, giving me a 3 to fill in there. Now 3 blocks back across this row now. So when we think about this box here, 3 blocks across here, 3 blocks here, and in this block, this box is the one that contains the 3. We must be slowing down in a minute, I'm sure. I'm going too fast here. All right, finally we're slowing down just slightly. As I look for the next numbers, maybe you're not slowing down, maybe you've already seen the next digit. It's certainly easily possible. Right, okay, we definitely have slowed down now. Right, so let's examine more closely then and pay a bit more attention. Okay, there's 7 blocks up here like this and 7 blocks across there. So 7 has to fit in that square there. Missing numbers in this row are 1, 6 and 7. 7 we know is limited to these 2 squares. 6 to these 2 squares, but the 1 could go anywhere, so at the moment that's not something that we can say for sure. We have 1 blocking here, 1 blocking here, so we have a 1 in these 2 squares as well, but again that's not very helpful because 1 could appear in these 3, so again it's not definitive on anything. Oh, here we go. 7 blocking down here, 7 blocking down here. That gives us a 7 there. 1 blocking across here, 1 blocking across here gives us a 1 there. The 4 blocks, well, 4 blocks across this row actually is the easiest way to do it, and then we can place our 4 there. 4 blocking up this column gives us a 4 there. So we can get this number, remember, because we can surely find these missing 2. Whether or not we can place them, don't know, but we can get this one because it will be the last number. So let's see what's missing. We don't have a 1 and we don't have a 2. So these 2 squares have to be 1 or 2. Can we place them? No, but it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a 9. The missing numbers here are 2 and 6 by the looks of it. Now, no help on 2 or 6 up here. This square will have to be a 2 or 6 as well. No help there either. But, you know, we've got this pattern. And this will not be 2 or 6. It'll be something else. Okay. Okay, there's 4 blocks across here and across here, and there's a 4 up here blocking down this column, so that gives us 4 in this square there. This square there, does that sound odd? Is that, am I locationally challenged? This square there, that can't be right, can it? Seven across this row, 7 across this row gives me a 7 to place there. 7 across the top row, 7 across this middle row in this top chute, and 7 up this central column in the left hand chute. Gives us 7 there. Well, at least it's not a completely, you know, like run through fest. This is supposed to be a medium level puzzle. I'm expecting to put in some candidates, possibly, or, but you know, at least it's not like some of their medium level puzzles, which are kind of just really clearly just a very easy game that you can do without even proper consideration, I'd say. So anyway, it's better than that. I'm quite enjoying it. I apologize for the silent treatment. I'm not angry with you, dear viewer. I'm just trying to think what might possibly be next, and I think I'm gonna jump in and put some pencil marks in to help sort out this puzzle, because otherwise it's going to take an inordinate amount of time, and you'll be bored. So let's do what we can do, shall we? So this 1 blocks across this row here, giving me a 1 in those 2 squares, and this 1 blocks up here and across here, giving me a 1 in those 2 squares. Now 1 blocking down this column, 1 blocking up here, gives me a 1 in these 2 squares, and we know that this is a 1 or a 2 here. This was a 2 or a 6 here, 2 or a 6, and this is also 2 or a 6, I know, but I'm not going to put it up as a pair just yet, because there are other things to consider. Right, the 9 blocks up here, 9 blocks here, so I know that 9 is a pair here and here, like this. 5 blocks this square, so 5 is available in these 2 places. 5 blocks, sorry, 6, was it 6 blocks here? So 6 is available like this. Eight blocks across here, and there's an 8 in this column, allowing us to place pencil marks, or pen marks in my case, up there. 7 blocking down this column, up this column, and across this row, gives me 7s, like that. 7 blocking up here and across here gives me 7s in those squares. 3 blocking down this column, 3 across here gives me a pair of 3s, like so. Eight blocking down this column here, and 8 across here. This is what I should have been looking at, of course. Right, now we can see that this has to be a 1. Okay. So this 1 blocks up here, and this is only a pair of 7 or 8. So in other words, it has to be 7 or 8, can't be anything else. So the 1 goes here, then the 1 goes here, and the 1 goes here, and the 2 now goes there. Okay, let's get rid of this candidate 1 here. I mean, you could do that without candidates, without writing in pencil marks, if your memory is good enough. If you are challenged on memory, like I quite often am, then I think, okay, then this helps a lot. Right now, the other missing numbers are 5 and 9. Look, there's a 5 and 9 blocking this square here. So we know it's got to be a 3. And the 5 and 9 will appear like so now. And that means that that 5 can no longer be true. So we will place our 5 in its other position of the pair. This is the alternate position of the pair. Okay, we also know that this now is a 9. Right, that's the last square of this row. And the missing number here is what? 2. Okay, so let's fill in our pair 2 up here, and up here we have 2 and what? 2 and 6, the same thing, right? It's got to be the same, it's got to match, because here we have 5, 9, here we have 7, 8, so 2, 6 has to be the same up and down. Okay, now I have 2, 6 and 2, 6 here. This is 1, this has also got to be a 9, but that's no help. We don't have any intersecting 9, so we can't tell immediately. We'll just have to come back to that. Excuse me while I move around on my chair and create lots of noise. Okay, now the 8 blocks across here, 8 blocks up here, so 8 is actually a pair here and here, blocking off that 8 there and allowing me to write in an 8 there. This 2 blocks this square here. We don't have a 2 in this column yet, so we can put the 2 in like that. What else is missing? 5 and 9. Alright, I think I'm going to put in the rest of the candidates then to get things going. 3 across here, 3 across here, 3 down here. 3's got to go there. 4 across here, 4 across here, and 4 up here. Gives me 4 in those 2 squares, so 3 and 4 out. So if this is 5, 9, this has got to be a 5, 9 also. Again, though, no help. It's not helping. It's not enough, because we have a 5 here, but that's empty, and we don't know about 9 in this column. So yeah, as I say, I'm going to fill in all the numbers. So alright, let's do that now. So up here we've got 1. We haven't finished 2 yet. 2 can go in these squares like that. 3, we've got 4, 5, 6. 6 is anywhere. 7, 8, 9 we've got. Okay, over here now 1 we've got, 2, 3, 4 is one of these 2 squares up here. 5 we've got. 6 we don't know anything about. 7, 8 we have. 9 is blocked along this bottom row here, and that's all we can say at this stage. By the way, if you've never seen my channel before, you'll notice some of my numbers are in the top left, some are in the bottom right. My pairs within a block, if a number is a pair within a block, I keep to the top left. Anything else I put in the bottom right. That's my own way of writing. You have yours, I'm sure, and whichever you prefer, you know, enjoy it. Oh look, this is what I've been searching for. 2 blocking across here, 2 blocking across here, 2 blocking down here. So that's a 2. That's the 8. That must be a 7. That's an 8 there. We now know that 7 goes here. Okay, only 2 numbers missing now. Now we're going to get everything right. Okay, because if this is 5, 9, what is this? This has to be 5, 9 as well. If this is 2 possible candidates and we have 2 empty squares, this has got to be 5 or 9, and it can't be a 5. So we know that's a 9, that's a 5, that's a 9. Over here now, 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have a 5 yet, so the 5 goes here. Oh, I didn't see that 9 before. Do you know, I looked across here and did not see this 9 before. I looked and didn't see it. But anyway, 9 blocking across this row. We don't have a 9 in this column yet. We do now. The 2 goes here like that. That must be a 6. That must be a 2 now. That's a 6. That's a 2. The 2 now means that is a 6, and that's a 2. That's a 6 there. This is a 1. We've got 1 and 6, so we're left with 9 and 2, but 2 can't possibly be here, so 2 is there and 9 is there. 1 and 6, we've got a 1 now, so that's our 6. The last number to get across here is a 1. 1 blocking across here, that's a 1. Missing numbers now are 4 and 9, I believe. This 9 blocks this square, so 9 goes here, 4 goes here. 4 blocking down here, that's a 4, that's a 3. Last number to get here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No 6 yet, so 6 goes there. Last number across here, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's a 5, isn't it? No 5 yet. And the last number to get here is going to be a 3, I believe. Let's just check. 3 down, 3 down, 3 across, 3 across, 3 across, yes. I'm going to say that was a medium level. Yeah, well done, Guardian. Actually, I would say categorized it correctly. I probably could have got there a bit quicker if I'd noticed that numbers, a couple of numbers there, but that's okay. I'm not worried. I enjoyed that puzzle. I liked it. Doesn't really matter what level it is, easy, medium, or hard. For some reason, some puzzles are just quite enjoyable more than others. I don't know why. Anyway, if you like that, please come back and see more Sudoku. Plenty of stuff to see on this channel and other people's Sudoku channels too. So I bid you farewell. Bye bye.